basically what I'm seeing right now is just a whole bunch of fear. Economy is still moving along, and once the trade war settles down, the dust settles down, everybody's going to be just about their business again. Nothing crazy, but just about their business again, and the market will be back.
Up until a few weeks ago, I was like, 6 months from now is going to be the perfect time to launch that site. I think, the momentum was there. People were talking, because rates were going down, wealthy people were getting back into this like super high end market, and things were still moving in the high end luxury market. But right now, crickets, like in the last couple weeks, it just like took a nosedive. And so, listen, we're going to prepare and we'll be ready whenever the market is ready, but it's not now. Now is bad, I think. I don't fucking know.
How long can you wait? What's the
Can wait
longest you can wait?
forever. I
Yeah.
don't know, 30 years. Listen, this is primo land. Okay. It's going to get built soon. It's just, you don't want to hit it when the uncertainty meter is at the highest it can go. Okay. This is the most uncertainty you could possibly have up until this date in recorded history in Canada. Okay. I don't know how crazy it gets from here, but I mean, if you don't, I was saying to TK before, you don't have to buy. If you don't have to buy, or you don't find the fucking deal of the century right now, you should probably just wait a little bit. But I don't fucking know.
You're building a purpose-built rental, right?
Well, that's a different project. And that's a whole other story.
That's what I thought I was asking about. Okay.
No, so there's one that's a high-end condo, and there's one that's a high-end purpose-built rental in different areas, totally different. But
are you going to move forward on the purpose-built rental faster because the high-end rental market's still doing okay?
I'm going to move forward on the rental because that thing doesn't start renting for probably 3.5 years till it's built. And in my head, it looks very different in Toronto, especially in this location then. But I mean, who the hell can plan so far out? I just, put on the blinders, keep moving forward, and find the right groove to release them in. There's already a bunch of interest from people that are part of the ownership structure. So, like, we'll see how things go. I'll be honest. I'm more worried today than I was 2 weeks ago. But TK says that this tariff war won't last very long, and he's always right about everything. I'm certainly far more cautious and scared about everything, and tend to make things bigger than they are. But right now, this situation and the people I'm talking to, it's not fun. It's not fun. And if you are unfortunate enough to have a new condo project ready to rock and roll that was made for investors, you're basically fucked for a while.
Are there investors, Tom? Like anybody investing in real estate? Any listings you sold people were buying for investment?
It's pretty much all end users. We've helped 2 investors this year buy resale condos, but they're not like, I own my first place and I'm going to get into the investment market. They're seasoned. They have lots of stuff. They're buying mostly cash because they've decided that this is the path for them. Yeah. But no, mostly the decisions being made in the market right now are end user decisions.
Right. That's why I'm still somewhat confident, because mine's completely end user. Right. But I mean, you got to spend $5-6 million to get in the building, right?
Is that so? What's the? I mean, can you share at this point? Like, what's the price per square foot on the luxury condo that you're going to launch? You don't know yet.
No, listen, it's
the highest possible.
It's as high as possible, and it's a fluid situation. I mean, listen, the perform is at X, the market is at Y, and I'm not ready to launch even if I wanted to. So today it doesn't really matter. It's like, let's get ready to launch, and where are things at? It's still going to take months before we're ready to launch anyway. So, I mean, how long can this thing last for where the market is just like this, where it's like fucked up, scary? I mean, rates are still going down. Inflation, I don't even get what's going on with inflation. I read that it's coming up again, but I haven't seen evidence of that anywhere. It's a better dwelling.
Inflation came down again.
Yeah, so
it was lower than expected.
It's so murky, and everybody. I wish I could just talk to somebody that said this is how it's going to be for sure, and it resonated, right? Because all the people that are saying this is how it's going to be, it sounds like they're full of shit, and it doesn't make any sense. And so I'm fine right now with like, I don't know what's going to happen and we'll see what happens.
Well, let's just look at this, okay? Let's look at this.
How long?
I got a
is
little bit
the
of
issue?
a cold today. I got an itchy throat here, so I'm trying not to use my voice as much as I normally do. But who's affected directly from the trade war and the tariffs?
Guys who
Auto
work in
industry.
car plants,
People in those industries, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
aluminum,
Manufacturing
steel,
industry, right? Like
housing,
there's okay.
cars,
Sure,
everything.
there's industries, right, that are affected, and I know that those are like, you know, central automotive and construction. It's like our two biggest industries that we could possibly
Big.
have, right?
Mm.
But there's still a ton of people who aren't affected, right? There's still a ton of people whose job will
Ton.
carry on. They got some
They
sort of
don't even know
company
it's
that they work
happening.
for, that they're a teacher, like whatever, you know, they've got some sort of insulation from anything that's really going on. So mostly right now it's fear. That's really like anything that's
Yeah.
affecting the market. It's not a real
It's just uncertainty, which leads
yeah,
to
it's like the stock
immense
market's the
fear.
same thing. It's not something that's like, okay, those companies are no longer, you know, selling as many products and that their revenue has dropped. And like, it's just their price has gone down because everybody's selling off their stocks because they're afraid. Real estate right now, inventory is piling up. Like Tom said, more people are calling them right now to sell because everybody's afraid. You know, now there's the people who are losing their homes, that they're renewing their mortgages, all those things are, those storylines are still happening, right? But there's going to be buyers who want to buy, and there's going to be sellers who don't really have to sell. They might be listing, but they won't have to sell. When they find out the price, they're going to go, "Ooh, you know what, Tom? Maybe we should rent it out again," right?
Right.
So those
And
type of things. So I think it's much less impactful than everybody is right now afraid of. It's a much different story when you have, and COVID's a great example of this. It was just like this fear of 3 months, and all of a sudden we came back in, and it just sort of like roared right away. The great, you know, recession in the States, you know, all of a sudden when you get that many people lose their homes, you have the liquidity dry up. You have, you know, basically banks, you know, get insolvent, and so that they're no longer even able to lend money. You know, things like that are real issues that, you know, take years and years and years to go to get back on track. But basically what I'm seeing right now is just a whole bunch of fear. Economy is still moving along. And once the trade war settles down, the dust settles down, everybody's going to be just about their business again. Nothing crazy, but just about their business again, and the market will be back.
Are you looking for the best merch store on the planet? Well, we got the shit for you. Coming in at low prices where we barely make any money off of whatsoever, you can get the greatest real estate merchandise on this platform. Just look at this very flamboyant man putting on this great stuff. He looks great, he's dancing great, and boy does he look sexy in that merchandise. I tell you, buy this for anybody, you buy this for yourself. You will be not only repping the greatest Canadian real estate podcast in this world, but you will also be looking hella good doing it.